Hey everyone, this is a video we're going to take a look at for drawing A104, which is going to be representing our furniture plan for our Sunset Key vacation home design. And so as I take a look through the project browser, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to where the sheets are. And again, we just put in on the last video, put in our floor plan here on this particular sheet that we have going on. I'm going to go ahead and collapse that so that way I can see what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and right click on Sheets, All, select New Sheet, and what I'm going to do here is make sure the B11 by 17 is selected, select OK, and A104 will pop up unnamed. I'm going to right click on that, select Rename. This is going to be the furniture plan, select OK, and you'll see the name update in the title block. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add our furniture plan. So if I double click on the furniture plan, or probably the best thing to show you some of the rationale for this activate view, deactivate view, so I'm just going to go ahead and drag it directly onto the sheet and go ahead and place it. Okay. So right now this is set at a 1/4 inch equals a foot, and what we're doing is we're not really worried about dimensions or anything like that. All that's in the floor plan drawing. We're just going to show what furniture that we have going on. Now, the one thing you're going to see is that our room separation lines are showing up in this particular view. So because we added them in the floor plan, they also got added into our copy. So if you're seeing that, then I'm going to show you how to go through and change that. But also, we can go through and show you how to add some other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead, and while I'm on the sheet, I can double left click on the viewport. So you'll see the little title, like little tip that shows up there. This is a viewport. So I'm going to double left click on it. So notice how, again, the outside of this page goes kind of whitewashed, and now it's like, hey, I can actually go in here and I can actually select the individual like pieces and stuff like that. So let's say you get to a drawing and you need to adjust some things, like you notice something's wrong. You can actually do it right here in through the active view. So the one thing I'm going to do is, let's go ahead and turn off those room separation lines. I'm going to hit VV on my keyboard, click or press L on my keyboard to go down to lines, select the plus sign next to lines, and then I'm going to uncheck the room separation, click apply, and I can select OK. Now the only way this shows up is if the view is active. So, but here's the other thing that I can do is, let's say that I want to go through and create, let's say I want to add another dresser into this bedroom. You know, let's say we'll put one right next to each other, or maybe, you know, even change this around. Maybe I don't like the way that it is. So let's go ahead and just select it, and I'm going to just do a rotate option. Let's go ahead and just rotate this dresser 90 degrees, and let's go ahead and move it so then that way it's in a little bit better position. Okay, so there is us activating the view on the sheet. When I'm done making my changes, I can go ahead and double left click off of the sheet, and now there is the view. Let me show you what happened. I'm going to go up here to this furniture plan, and notice how even in the furniture plan view, we're not on the drawing sheet anymore, but that dresser updated. So activating the view means that we're actually doing a shortcut and activating that floor plan without having to leave the drawing. Now this can be very beneficial. So I'm going to go back down to the furniture plan. So just kind of like how we did in the floor plan when we adjusted those dimensions, the cool thing is if I need to make those adjustments, I don't, you know, when I'm on a, like let's say the floor plan, I kind of have to guess to know like where those dimensions are going to be and if they're going to run off the page or anything like that. So like here on my floor plan drawing, you know, we adjusted these dimensions to make them a little bit closer. When I'm in the floor plan actual, you know, view, I don't know exactly where those are going to hit at on the drawing. So now I can go through and I can, you know, when I put them on the floor plan, now I can see where they're going to be at and I can adjust them properly. So that's what Activate View does, you know, is that it allows you to make some edits and changes without going through and having to do some of those things. Okay. Now, one thing that you're going to see is that on my example drawings, you're going to see that I had two interior elevations that were created. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's go ahead and double left click on our view to activate it, I'm going to go up to the View tab, and I'm going to go ahead and choose Elevation, making sure that I grab an interior elevation from the type. And then what I can do here is I can go ahead and place this in here. Okay, now here's the only issue. My warning, if you look at your warnings, it'll tell you what's going on. It says none of those elements are showing up in the view. Well, this is a visibility graphics issue. So I'm going to hit VV. First off, I need to click the little X in the upper right hand corner of this box. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cancel my command, hit VV, and in the annotation categories, I need to find elevations. Okay, elevations are unchecked, so I'm going to go ahead and check. I'm going to check the elevations, click Apply, and now I can go through and see that. Oh, wait a minute! There's some interior elevations that I've been placing, but also your outside elevations are also going to show up as well. So that can be some things that as you take a look in this particular drawing, that you're going to go through and see some of those labels and things like that. So again, you can go through and see kind of what you have going on, and again check to see what kind of things that you have. So evidently I went through and I had those interior elevation kind of labels that must have gone through and been on there. So if you need to see what those interior elevations are, you always can go through and again click on the ends of these and be able to see what they're looking at. So like here, I'm able to see what I'm looking at, and we'll show those in the next drawing. But for the most part, I really don't want these to show up. So I'm going to go ahead and hit VV, go to annotations, and go ahead and turn off those elevations because I really don't want those on there. So I'm going to go ahead and double left click off of the drawing, and again, first floor furniture plan, and we're good to go. So a little bit of extra information for you, but things depending upon where you're at in this process and what you have, what you see and what's there, that's where you can go through and kind of understand a little bit more about how Revit does some stuff. So take a look at the next video. We're going to take a look at the sections, and for too long we'll be done with this drawing set.